effective teaching of pathology in a rural medical school using technology enhanced cognitive scaffolding, a complex terminology, but essentially it is a concept I'm presenting for a new education model, hopefully to solve the problems in medical education. This is the summary of my journey of teaching pathology in medical schools for over 26 years in 6 countries. Not many people know that there is a severe problem of staff shortage within medical schools, although most people know the global shortage of doctors. But this is very severe in medical schools, especially in rural medical schools. Unfortunately, people don't know there is a crisis in medical education globally. This is just a Google search which searching for crisis in medical education gave me over 8 million records, but most important is the PubMed, which is the official medical journals, gave more than 6,700 records. Medical education is in crisis, and my life is in proof of this. Pathology teaching, like many other medical subjects, is complex, but this is more enhanced now because of increasing students and decreasing staff. These pictures just summarizes, this is the pathology department at Manipal in India, and the present medical school here in Australia where I am teaching. Only one pathologist and one microbiologist managing the whole teaching. Traditional teaching is not sustainable. We need a new vision. And over the years, I have faced challenges and has made me invent many tools and techniques to help me teach effectively. And this presentation is about 5 of the major innovations, which I call it as one-man army of a pathology teacher, solving the major challenges of teaching knowledge, skills, assessment, and support to the students. The first of the major challenge is the curriculum. Traditionally, basic science are very theoretically intensive, complex, but making them clinically relevant. I call this work integrated learning, that is bringing pathology to the clinics, changing the curriculum to link it with the clinical learning. And I call this as CPC, that is clinico-pathological case-based learning, based on problem-based learning theory. The next challenge was teaching gross specimens, the pathology skills. And traditionally it is small group teaching, but it is impossible now with a large group of students. So I developed an online self-learning system with the images, instructions, but this was still one way. So recently we invented this video broadcasting. When I'm describing a specimen, a video broadcasts this the complete tutorial to different labs with the students, and students can ask questions back, and the videos are recorded and put on online for distance and remote students. The next major challenge was teaching pathology. Anyone can understand it is one-to-one teaching, or at the most a very small group teaching, requiring intensive staff support. But now I have combined a digital pathology software with a classroom software used in computer teaching in schools, and that innovation, that is combining digital pathology with the classroom software, has enabled me to teach any number of students, limited only by the classroom size and the number of computers, giving full experience just like a microscope. Students can view the slides using a computer, and explanations are recorded with audio. And this, I call this as my original innovation, first time in Australia. So far nobody has challenged me. Also, these histopathology slides we put on the web for students to self-review, and each slide works just like a real microscope. Students can zoom in, zoom out with the instructions built in. So this has solved my problem of teaching microscopy to large number of students and also allowing them to learn on their own pace. The next major challenge for any medical educator is whether to know whether the students have understood assessment. Whether the students, for this I was introduced to audience response system typically used in television programs for audience to vote. I modified the system to use it for pathology, wherein I create questions using both images, practical skills, theory and clinical application knowledge as PowerPoint slides, and students click on their remote controls and I get a immediate feedback of how many students have understood the topic. So this I call this electronic student response system. That's nothing but audience response system, which promoted very serious learning because students knew that they will be assessed, and it also improved interactivity between the students, and also when they responded with the questions whether they were getting or wrong. So this helped students to know whether they have understood, and for me whether the students have understood or not. So this was an example where student response shows that they did not understand. So that gave me an opportunity to stop and explain more. So that helped students and me in achieving better learning. When the students' response was maximum satisfaction, but the small number of students always was a concern for me. Some needed more help. So I created a club known as Winners Club, because this technology gave me the complete statistics, detailed statistics of student performance. I could identify them early in the year and provide an individualized support based on the educational theory of cognitive scaffolding. Because I'm using technology, I call this technology enhanced cognitive scaffolding, simply meaning providing appropriate support for weak students by identifying and providing help. So I call this technology enhanced cognitive scaffolding. Now, my future plan is to develop an online pathology course using all these innovations: integrated curriculum, digital pathology laboratory, lecture videos, online self-assessment, and a new remote student feedback, which is now available, the new technology, wherein we can provide an online course to any number of students globally, and then the system will pick up the weak students, and the weak students can be supported through full staff support. So this system, I believe, will solve the problem of staff shortage and effective teaching of basic sciences in medical education. I believe it is the teachers which make the difference, not the technology. Technology is just a tool. Thank you.